Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Okay, so we have a 15-year-old son who we have been Dave Ramsey followers for years. So he has done the 60-30-10 principle. Now he is working 50, 60 hours a week. And we are starting to see an unhealthy money habit where everything is about money and saving.
Be more specific. What's showing up in his actions and his comments that's got you concerned about a 15-year-old working 50 to 60 hours a week? I'm having a hard time being concerned yet, but I want to hear more.
Okay. Well, and maybe this is where we don't need to be concerned. But he is an avid soccer fan, and he would rather work than go to his soccer game. You
mean playing in his
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And what's his job? What kind of work is he doing?
He's now into landscaping.
Mm-hmm. And what's he making per hour?
$19 an hour.
Uh-huh. And what kind of goals does this kid have with this money? Have you heard him talk about some of his goals?
Oh, yes.
What's he got?
He wants to buy a house.
Uh-huh. And why does he want to buy a house?
He wants to buy a house when he's 20.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, in Canada, in our area, you don't get much of a house for $400,000.
Right. And what is he saying about his future besides buying a house? Is he saying anything about a professional future, things that he may want to do one day?
He does, he's leaning towards running his own landscaping company.
Okay, there's your answer.
But when it comes to college, it is off the table. He doesn't even want to think about it because he can make money instead.
Fantastic.
Well, he's making $4,500 a month at 15 years old. What does he need college for?
I couldn't be happier, Joanne. You have nothing to be concerned about at all. You have a 15-year-old who has discovered the value of working his butt off and stacking cash, and he's thinking 5 years ahead on a house. He's thinking probably 7 to 10 years ahead on owning his own landscaping company, and he's going, I'm never going to play in the MLS, and I'm probably not going to make the Canadian World Cup team. So maybe I'll just skip my soccer game and take care of my future. I wouldn't be concerned if I were you, Joanne. I'd be throwing a party.
Okay. That's good.
George, am I wrong?
Here's my take. Now, the only concern is that he has skipped childhood and went straight into adulthood. We want him to grow into an adult who is excited about work. I like that.
Skip childhood. That's a dramatic.
Well, I just don't want him to look back one day and go, what did I do this for? I just worked my whole life. My concern, Ken, and here's where I've seen this play out. There's not a why behind it.
He's got a why.
Well, he wants a house.
No, he wants to run his own landscaping company one day.
Yes.
He likes landscaping work. Yes,
why a house
Joanne?
at 20?
Who cares about that? That's just a 15-year-old. That'll work itself out. She's wondering, is he working too much? Is he too concerned about money? And I don't think he is.
Does he have to be in school?
We homeschool.
Okay.
And he's doing his high schooling instead of 4 years. He's doing it in 3.
And he's getting it all done. He's doing his work. Yeah. He's studying.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great.
This kid's a
He
machine.
can work and make money.
But a lot of people get it.
He hates the homeschooling, but he's so bound and bent he can make money.
But he's very disciplined.
Instead of sitting behind a desk.
Yes. But that's what schooling does to a lot of entrepreneurs. In fact, I could tell this story over and over and over and over and over about all the great entrepreneurs. They hate being behind a desk. They hate the process. They're about doing. And my guess is he really enjoys the outdoors. Is this something he's always been, a bit of an outdoorsy, handy kind of guy?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Again, listen, I wrote a book called Find the Work You're Wired to Do, George. This kid is wired.
He figured it out very early.
Yes. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I can barely stand it. By the way, this is rare.
Very.
But to say this kid's not had any fun, he's had a fun childhood,
Yeah. Well, and trauma. Lots of trauma, but...
Okay, tell us about that, whatever you're comfortable with. We don't need to know the details, but what kind of trauma?
He lost his brother when he was 7.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really tough on him.
Well, that'll make you grow up quick.
That's exactly what I was...
So sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a year later, his dad and me split.
Okay. So would you say it's possible that this is a big distraction for him, and it also is a potential win for him? He sees a big life win. He sees something that he can control. He couldn't control losing his brother. He couldn't control you all divorcing, but he can control how much money he makes.
I think so, and potentially it makes him focused on something other than his pain.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. That's why I said it's a distraction and something that he can control.
It can be both.
Listen, I think getting him therapy on a consistent basis and encouraging him to do that is okay. I understand your concern. I was having some fun. I am in no way minimizing the trauma that he's had, but this is actually, he's not some weird situation. He's rare, but he's not weird.
Okay.
George?
I keep thinking about my friend Graham Stephan, who's a big financial YouTuber. Sure. He had a very similar experience to your son, Joanne, where he was in school going, wait, I can go make money doing this aquarium photography stuff. Why am I sitting here in school making $0? So there's a bent to him that he's going to be very wealth-minded, and that's okay. I'm just in the boat of, I think a little bit of balance is good. As long as he has some hobbies, I don't know that I don't want to be working 60 hours a week, let alone a 15-year-old. So that was my only thing was I love where he's headed. His mindset's right. His discipline is there. I just want him doing it for the right reasons and have some real depth to it instead of just going, I got to build wealth. Yeah. I got to have $1 million by 21 or else. And as I dig into it with people, there's no why behind it. I just want him to have that deeper why.
And I appreciate that. But Joanne, I would just be aware. I think George makes a very good point there. I just keep your eye on it, but really encourage him and really just speak positive life over him, that he's working so hard, that he's putting money away, and just remind him, hey, have a little bit of fun with some of that money. You know,
and force him to give some too.
Yeah.
You said you're doing the 60-30-10. I assume that's saving, spending, giving.
Yeah, but as long as we've done that, which is all he ever actually remembers, he's never spent 30%.
I think we get him to
spent way less
to enjoy some of it more, because the only concern is that he has a flat tire where he goes, I'm great at saving and investing. I have a harder time giving and having that open hand. I have a harder time enjoying the fruits of my labor. So I think we can work on those things with him, but I don't think this is a crisis.
No.
Okay.
Just make sure he doesn't get too unhealthy. And that's the only issue. And the unhealthy would be that he's just working, not enjoying, not giving. So be that positive focus. Hey, I think you should go do this, or I think you should have some friends over and do. Community I think is huge at 15. Yeah. Here's the interesting thing: it may be very hard to find other 15-year-olds who get him.
He'll be hiring his buddies to work for his business at this point.
Right. So they come over to play poker or something. And he goes, hey, let's get outside and knock some boxwoods out here. Let's plant these suckers, But I think you got a great young man who's been through a lot. And I think he's been forced to probably mature a little bit too early on certain things. And so lean in, Mom, and love him. Don't be concerned, because he'll pick up on that. And I just don't think you need to be concerned right now.
On the spectrum of 60 hours a week doing video games or working, I'd rather him be toward the work side. So that's better.
I love that.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.